So you've sat down with your realtor and determined the price. What's next?
Well, Lynn, now you start signing your life away. Really, this is where realtors come in, and we actually work with our clients and walk them through every step of the way. But the first document that you're going to sign is called Working with a Realtor, and that defines what the relationship is with the listing brokerage, what your rights are as a client or a customer, and what the realtor's obligations are to you. So that's an important first document. The next is the listing agreement, and it really outlines the relationship that we have. It will outline when your listing is going to go live, how long that listing, the duration of it, what the listing price is, what the commission is, what the cooperating brokerage commission is. So that is a portion of the commission that is paid to the buyer's agent, right? So that's very important. It will also, there's a lot of legalese, a lot of legal mumbo jumbo that you go through, but it's important to go through that and understand things like if somebody knocks on your door and asks about the house, you don't want to get into a conversation with them. You want to refer them to your agent who's working on your behalf. You have a choice, actually, of listing your home on the MLS system, where people will see it on Realtor.ca and all kinds of platforms. Some people don't want to do that. For whatever reason, they would prefer not to have their home listed publicly like that. So you have the option of doing what's called an exclusive agreement, which means that the realtor markets the home, but that it's not on the MLS. So that's a discussion to have. And sometimes there's reasons for doing that. Again, we talked in an earlier video about seasonality. So sometimes if you've got a home that's really going to appeal in the summer, you list it exclusively over the winter, just in case there's a buyer out there. And then we put it on the MLS for the summer season. The other thing that you're going to talk about with your realtor is you go through what's called a residential data information sheet. That is all of the information that populates the listing on Realtor.
A lot of nitty gritty there.
A lot of nitty gritty. So that's really important because you want accurate information, because otherwise you can have a problem if a buyer buys the house assuming one thing and then finds out that your furnace is rented and not owned. So going through that is very important. It's also, you sign off on how your house is being presented. So the very flowery language, you know, cozy little cottage, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You sign off on that so that you're agreeing with how your realtor is describing your home. The other thing that you talk about at this point is, are there any limitations to showing times?
Yes.
So are there times that don't work for you or work for your family? Because technically, as soon as the listing's on the MLS, it needs to be available for showing. So we talk through that. Are there any other things that people need to think about? Like, please don't let the cat out.
Absolutely.
Which is always a challenge for me. I've chased some cats around a few times. The other is a seller's direction. So you heard about homes that are listed where they're holding offers. So what that means is that no offers are going to be looked at until a certain date and a certain time. Your realtor can't just decide to do that. That's done in conjunction with you, the seller, and that needs to be documented. So if you're holding offers on a certain day, if you'll look at bully offers, if you need more time to look at an offer. So sometimes we've dealt with situations where there's 3 or 4 family members who are selling a home. So we need 72 hours so that we can be sure that we can contact everybody and go through the offer with them. And that's really it. So it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of documentation, but this is a really important thing because it really defines your expectations and what you can expect to happen over the time that your house is listed.
And the last thing is, you don't have to sell your home if you list it.
Yeah, that's a good. So a lot of sellers have asked that question. What if I list my home and I don't get the price that I need? Am I obligated if I get an offer that's at my asking price? And you're actually not obligated to take that. So yeah, and There are probably a dozen other questions that you have about this stage in the listing process. So if you have any questions at all, put them in the comments. If this is valuable information, give us a like, a share, a subscribe. And I'm Lorna Willis.
I'm Lynn Wyminga, and we're with the Nadeau Real Estate Group.